Hello guys, my name is Ants and today we've got a $900/pound game PC. This PC can handle absolutely any game at 1080p, higher settings, and even 1440p at sub-high settings. This PC is the one I own with parts that are current gen, and its power allows you to do anything like streaming, recording, and rendering videos too. So if there's any questions you want to ask about this PC, just ask me, as I own this PC, so I would know the most about this PC. So all the components will be in a PC part picker list. The components are priced in USD because the person who requested this, called ETK1981, I believe it's from America, so I put in the USD. Anyway, it's the easiest currency to convert to because it's the global currency. However, the PC is almost the exact same price in the UK when you look at scan.co.uk, including postage, packaging, and its insurance. So if you're in the UK, then I recommend going to scan.co.uk as their shipping times and their shipping prices are quite reasonable, and overall I think they're a good company. With that being said, let's go on to the video. So for the CPU, we've got the Intel Core i5-6600K. This is a $230 processor, and it runs at 3.5 GHz, and it's quad core. This is basically all you need for gaming, really, because the i7s are for rendering and server stuff, and the extra $100 will give you about 6 more FPS, which is not worth it for $100. So moving on to the CPU cooler, as the Intels don't have stock coolers anymore, we've got a Cooler Master Hyper-212 Evo. This is a $34.88 cooler, and it's just going to do your needs. It's very good. I mean, my friend has it. He doesn't have any overheating issues, even though his cable management is absolutely dreadful. It's like the worst thing I've seen in my life. But apart from that, it's been recommended for a very long time, and it should do you fine, especially for this needs, because the Intel's not a very hot CPU, so you don't really need anything super fancy if you're overclocking it, unless you're going crazy if you overclocks. Moving on to the motherboard, we've got MSI H10M gaming motherboard. It's a Micro ATX LG1151 motherboard, and it costs you $60. Now, this motherboard will handle every need you need. That doesn't make sense. But anyway, it will let you do overclocking, but you don't go extreme with it because it's a small motherboard. It can't handle the TDP of a bigger motherboard, but because it's smaller, it's cheaper, so I've done this to make it a bit more affordable. It'll just do anything you want. It shouldn't blow up because it's MSI, they use military grade components. And moving on to the memory, we've got the Corsair Vengence 16GB of DDR4 2133 MHz RAM. Now this is $75, and this will basically do your needs, because you're spending $900 on a computer. You want to have the best specs possible because it's a lot of money. So why would I go with 8 gigs when you go for 16 gigs? And even though 16 gigs, and anyway, if I want to put something else, there wouldn't be enough money anyway, so I thought put extra money into the RAM. Now 16 gigs is more than enough for gaming. It'll allow you to do gaming and basically anything else on top of that apart from rendering, because that uses your CPU. But if it's not CPU intensive, then you can do gaming and that as well. 16 gigs is more than you need. You need 8 gigs really for gaming, but why the heck not? You got $900. So yeah, if you don't want to get 16 gigs, just get 8 gigs, you'll be fine. Moving on to the storage, we've got the Kingston SSDNow V300 series, 120GB, 2.5-inch drive. Now this is a solid state drive costing you $45, and I've got this SSD. I've got no problems, despite its cheap price. SSDs are cheap nowadays anyway, but it's relatively stable. I've not had any issues yet. It's got a really fast boot time, and it's got really fast read and write speeds. So this will set you $45, and I recommend this solid state drive for its price. Moving on to the hard drive, because we've got 2 storage devices in the computer. We've got a Seagate Barracuda 1TB 3.5-inch drive. This is 7200 RPM, and it's an internal hard drive. Now it's slower than your SSD, but I've had Seagate before. I've got a Seagate 500GB hard drive. It was actually the very first hard drive I got, and it's still working to this day, touch wood. But anyway, so it only costs you $50, and you will basically need this for a game computer. You need 1TB as a norm nowadays. Even though you have an SSD for your OS, you need a hard drive for your games. You need a big one because games are really big nowadays. Like for example, Black Ops 3 is 60GB, GTA 5 is 60GB, BF4 is around about 40GB, and BF1 is going to be around about 60GB as well. So you want a big hard drive if you want to play lots of games. To the video card, which is going to do all your gaming needs, we've got MSI GeForce GTX 1066. MSI GeForce GTX 1060 6GB Gaming Edition graphics card. There's even another X in that name. Jesus Christ, does it want me to be a snake or something? Anyway, so it costs $300, and it's a good graphics card. I've got the mini version from Zotac in my computer, but it shouldn't make a difference in FPS anyway. But it's a very good graphics card. It's got a very low TDP for a graphics card at its power, and it can run Battlefield 1 at 90 FPS ultra settings on a good day. And it can run basically any game you throw at it. There's been no games that I've run so far that have been bad for my computer. Even Arma 3 at high settings is good for me as well. So I recommend this graphics card a lot. And MSI make really good graphics cards. They're cool and nice, and the looks of the components are really nice as well. So I really recommend this as well. Moving on to the case, we've got NZXT S340 ATX mid-tower case. Now it's not the same case I have, but because it costs more anyway. But it's a very, very nice looking case. If you look at it, the only reason it's cheap is because it's not actually anodized metal, it's painted. So if you scratch it, it will show up and you'll see metal scratch marks. But if you don't scratch it, it looks perfectly fine. It's got cable management options as well in there, and it's got a massive shield over the PSU so you can't see it. So you don't have to even be good with cable management. You can just shove all the wires there and it'll be fine. This will cost you $66.99, and it's a very good case. I recommend you go on YouTube and you look at it. It's really beautiful. I've seen it in person as well, and it's a really nice case. I wish I had it myself. And moving to the power supply, we've got a Corsair Builder 750 watt 80 plus bronze power supply. Now it is a Corsair 750 watt. These are really common nowadays. They're nothing beautiful, they're nothing amazing, but they're 80 plus bronze, so they won't set your house on fire. And Corsair's a really good PSU maker. This costs you $70, and I'll say it's not modular, but you don't need a modular, as your power supply, your case has an option for you to hide all the cables, so it doesn't really matter if those cables are there or not. And anyway, if it's not modular, you have the options anyway. Just treat it like that. Now this PC in total costs you around about $927. However, after rebate, it'll be about $882.58. Now I don't know how rebates work, so yeah, I can't really say much about that. But it's basically on a $900 boundary, and if you get the parts off Amazon and get Amazon Prime and don't pay this fucking fine for it, you'll be fine. It'll cost around about $900. So this is on point. If you can't do that extra $20, then just ditch the SSD or something. Just do something like that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope this helped. If you guys got any if you guys want any help or anything, then just comment below and I'll be sure to help you out. And if you got a request, then just comment below. I check every comment, and if you got a request and I like that request, I can make it a reality. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out and stay awesome.